Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network, and it is Predators Cup Winners Bracket semifinal night, where two teams will put themselves one step away from the Predators Cup final after tonight is done. Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian, the 8 seed, taking on 5 seed Franklin in the first game of our doubleheader. And then in the other winners bracket semi, it's 7 seed Nolensville taking on 3 seed Page Summit. The winners of those two games will meet in the Preds Cup winners bracket final 12 days from now, February 23rd, to determine who gets the first spot in the Preds Cup final on March 2nd. So a big, big night, biggest night in the season so far, as we decide who will be one step away from a spot in the biggest show of them all. All right, let's go over the final scores from this week so far. On Monday in the Predators Cup losers bracket first round, the first one, Jacksonville beats Lawson, beating 1 seed Ravenwood 7-3, so the GNASH Cup regular season champs and Preds Cup 1 seed, they are out. And Montgomery Bell defeated Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 4-3 in overtime, so 2/3 of the defending Preds Cup champs are out. Meanwhile, the final 3 games of the first round of the Hein Cup saw Independent Centennial beat the Clarksville Kings 9-2. Tennessee Outlaws beat Brentwood BAUSN 5-3. And JP2MLK GCS beat Mount Juliet Wilson Central 6-5. And then last night in Antioch, in the first elimination game of the Henry Hein Cup, it was Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon beating the Rutherford Rampage. All right. The schedule for tonight, all games here at Centennial. The 2 Preds Cup winners bracket semis. First up, Station Camp against Franklin at 7:10 here on Rink A, at 8:30 over on Rink B. The second game of the first round of the losers bracket for the Hein Cup, Clarksville Kings taking on Brentwood BAUSN, and 8:45 here on Rink A at Centennial, the second Preds Cup winners bracket semi between Nolensville and Page Summit. Before we talk about the two teams playing our first game of the night, let's talk about the seniors who will be departing the 3 teams that have been eliminated to this point. Saying goodbye from Ravenwood, Brady Friedman, Grady Fernan, Timo Holland, Jake Farrell, Anthony Maltese, and Lucas O'Leary. Saying goodbye from Ensworth Lipscomb CPA, Trex Hooper, Saxon Clements, Jax Dooner, Cam Fowler, Hudson Honeybone, Clayton Roach, Ruben Allen. So a lot of big losses there. And saying goodbye to the Rutherford Rampage, Lucas Bardo, Owen Dembuski, Nick Hansen, Cooper Fiesel, Alistair McCarroll, and Mason Matthews. So those are all the seniors who will be departing the 3 teams that have been eliminated from the postseason so far. All right, let's talk about the teams playing the first game of the night. Our first game of the night, first up, Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian, coached by Keith Grooms, won their opening round game last Wednesday against Ravenwood 7-4. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. If I can pull them up. If it'll let me pull them up. Oh, okay. There we go. I wonder if they corrected. Yes, they did. Okay, so Tobin Mahaffey with 4 points all from goals. McLean Gregory, 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Tommy Siciliano with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Merritt Freeman with 2 points from assist. Josh Peffer with a point from a goal. And I do believe Miller Campbell got an assist on, I think, the goal that made it 4-3 or something like that. So he has a point from an assist. He played the full 42 minutes in goal, allowed 4 goals and 28 shots, turned away the other 24. His save percentage in the postseason so far is .857. His goals against average is 4 even. On to Franklin, interim head coach Jackson Reed taking over from Todd Gross, who was dismissed last month. They won their Preds Cup opener a week ago last night, 5-4 over Hendersonville Beach Lawson. So here are their player stats coming into tonight. The Mannion brothers, they've got 3 players with 2 points. The Mannion brothers, Ryan with 2 points from goals, Michael with 2 points from a goal and an assist, David Unger with 2 points from a goal and an assist, Alex Broy with a point from a goal. Braden Coleman, Wyatt Garisher, Will McCormick, and Cole Wright all with a point from an assist. And on to goalie play, Grayson Butters played the full 42 minutes, allowed 4 goals on 24 shots, turned away the other 20. His save percentage in the postseason so far is .833, and his goals against average is 4 even. Good news for Franklin. This game will mark the end of Aiden Murphy's 5-game suspension for his actions at the end of the game against Ravenwood last month. So he will be back next week for their next game. The winner of this game, like I said, will go to the winner's bracket final next Wednesday. On February 23rd. The loser of this game will play NBA next Wednesday night at 8:45 in a loser's bracket quarterfinal here on Rink A at Centennial. Of course, these two teams met just 9 days ago on the last night of the regular season. Station Camp had to win to clinch the final Predators Cup berth, and they did just that, winning 6-3. A dominant first period where they scored 5 goals. They held on from there. McLean Gregory with an empty netter near the end of regulation, or near the end of the game. We don't do we do ties in the regular season. We don't do shootout or overtime. Yeah, so 9 days later, these two teams meet again. Referee, one of the linesmen having to put the pegs in for the goal that Franklin will defend for these first and third periods. And there come the other officials. Have they left the ice, or are they just now getting here? I don't know. Anyway, ready to go with the start of this one. Teague Spencer going to start in goal for Franklin. Miller Campbell going to start in goal for Station Camp for this first period. Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right. Station Camp from my right to left as the game is underway with Ryan Mannion taking the puck into the Station Camp zone and firing it past the net to Miller Campbell's right. Gavin Cole with it on the near side, trying to get it out of the zone. Here's Wyatt Garisher taking it to the right circle, and his shot goes off the stick of Cole, which knocked it out of his hands. Station Camp trying to get the puck out on the far side. It's taken back. Pass across. And Mannion was there near the left-hand side of the net in the right circle, and it went past him. That pass from Garisher, he had some daylight. Puck comes up to the left point, and there's a one-timer from David Unger that's blocked. Puck goes out to center. Chase Wagers falls over, and then he trips Toby Mahaffey, whom, if he'd been able to stay on his feet and get the puck, would have been going all alone to the front of the Franklin net. But he draws a penalty, a tripping call against Wagers. And Station Camp will take the first power play of the game, just 51 seconds in, 13:09 to go in the first. And this was the first stoppage of play. Draw's going to be to the right of Teague Spencer. Won by Franklin. They try and clear it out. Merritt Freeman just about held it in. He could not. He has it at center. Looks for room. Brings it back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Taking the shot. Hit the inside of the right ankle of Baker McCormick. Here's McLean Gregory out of the blue line. Passing to Freeman. Freeman moving down the left wing. Freeman. Round the back of the net. Comes out to the right wing side. Passes up to the blue line. The shot from Dom DeMaria just misses the net to the left of Spencer. Puck behind the net. Mahaffey. Backhands it out to the far side. Passed up to the right point, Freeman. Freeman takes a shot off the stick of Lucas Ortega into the right wing corner. Gregory at the right point. Passes it off. Mahaffey moving along the blue line. Passes to the left point. Freeman moves down. Passes Mahaffey. Top of the slot. Takes a shot into the chest of Spencer, who hangs on for the whistle. Clutches it against his chest with his glove. 72 seconds left in the power play. 12:22 to go in the first, and we're still looking for the game's first goal. Draws to the right of Spencer once again. McLean Gregory with it, going down to the left wing corner. Stops near the area behind the net and then gives the puck away to David Unger. Almost turned it over behind his own net. Quinn Spencer setting it up the far side and deflected out. Under a minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Merritt Freeman from his own zone through center. Back into the Ravenwood zone on the left wing side. Avoids a poke check from Cole Wright. Pass across to the right circle. Oh, and Dom DeMaria was going to go to the slot, try and go to the front of the net. Lost the puck. Ravenwood clear it down ice. Franklin clear it down ice. Ravenwood, their season's over. I don't know why I'm calling Franklin Ravenwood. Here's McLean Gregory at center on the near side. Puck got away from him. Quinn Spencer backhands it out of the Franklin zone. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Bison. Here's Mahaffey inside his own zone. Brings it out to center on the far side. Now makes his way to the middle lane. He's in the Franklin zone, and his shot is gloved and held on to by Spencer from the high slot. 15 seconds left in the power play. 11:25 to go in the first. Still zip, zip. And the draw is going to be to the left of Spencer this time. Won by Franklin. Ryan Mannion will bring it out to center. Into the Station Camp zone, and the puck poked off his stick right as he got to the Station Camp blue line by Bryant Waddell. And then Cole Wright brought the puck in the zone as Mannion was still inside of it. So offside there. Draw on the dot in front of the Station Camp bench. Won by the Bison, sent up the far side, back into the Franklin zone. Icing waved off. Penalty time against the Admirals is up there back at even strength. Puck out at center. Will McCormick tried to pass across to the far side, poked away by Mikey Bernier. It's dumped into the Station Camp zone eventually by Josh Yurievich on the far side. Josh Peffer battling for the puck in the left wing corner, sending it up the wall, held in at the left point, and a shot misses the net to the right of Campbell from Michael Mannion. Puck comes out to the blue line. Yurievich was falling backwards. Couldn't keep it in. Bryant Waddell chipping it back into the Franklin zone. Went through a trio of Franklin players, so no icing. Here's Yurievich. Passing across the near side. Oh, hit the skates of Dom DeMaria, who then went across the blue line, and the puck stayed on the blue line, and Tommy Siciliano picked it up to trigger the offside whistle. 10:24 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the Franklin bench. Puck ends up in the Station Camp zone on the far side. Sent to the inboards. Here's Merritt Freeman whipping it around to the near side, trying to hold it in at the right point. I think is Unger. He got knocked down by DeMaria. Puck out at center. Brought back in by Michael Mannion. Correction, it's Houston Vale on the far side. He gets checked into the boards by Freeman. Unger at the right point. Shot blocked. And another shot from the right point, and Unger misses the net well to the left of Campbell. Puck out on the far side, cleared out by Station Camp, taken by Hank Hayes and dumped right back in. Puck cleared out. Hayes at center, falls over on the far side. They want a tripping call against DeMaria. There's a shot from the red line in DeMaria that just misses the net to the left of Teague Spencer. Puck sent up boards and out on the near side. Garisher. Puck ends up going back into the Franklin zone on the far side. Unger will bring it out. Unger. Back into the Station Camp zone with a shot that is gloved and held on to by Miller Campbell. And I do believe that's the first shot on goal for Franklin in this one. 9:06 to go in the first. Still zip, zip. Draw is going to be to Campbell's right. Won by Station Camp. They're trying to get out on the far side, and they do. Puck passed across to the near side. Chase Wagers trying to chip it back into the Station Camp zone. He'll pass it across to the far side. And it's behind the Station Camp net, picked up by Garisher. Passes up to the right point and unable to keep it in the zone. was Wagers. Puck sent back into the Franklin end, icing waved off. Quinn Spencer behind the net. Banks it off the near boards. Intercepted by Bryant Waddell, trying to dump it back into the Franklin zone. That was broken up. Dane Kramer inside his own zone with a puck. Banks it off the near boards. And the puck held in by Franklin, carried around the back of the net. And that player pushed into the left wing corner boards. I think that no, it's not Yurievich. Might be Cole Wright. It's a shot from the left point, turned away by Garisher. That was Spencer. It was either turned away by Garisher, turned away by Campbell, or blocked in front. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer on the far side. Brings it through center, back into the station camp zone on the right wing. Trying to backhand it in front, hit the outside of the post to Campbell's left. And the Bison will take the puck and bring it back. Tommy Siciliano at center on the near side. Hit it stolen by Ryan Mannion. Mannion back into the station camp zone. Trying to go down the slot. He ran into Gavin Cole and fell over. That allows the Bison to clear the puck out. Spencer passing it up the far side to Garisher. Garisher back into the station camp zone on the left wing. Trying to pass the slot. It's intercepted. Clearing attempt just held into the left point by Josh Yurievich. Pass down the wall, back to the end boards. I think it's Siciliano sending it up the far side to Josh Peffer, who sends it back, nudges it back the other way. And that's passed to the middle of the ice, and Peffer with it at center. Brings it back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Takes a shot that's blocked by the skates of Yurievich. Puck of the end boards. Cleared out by Will Clark. Merritt Freeman at center. Back into the Franklin zone for the high slot. A shot off the glove of Teague Spencer. And Franklin will clear the puck out on the far side. Will Clark at center on the near side. Backhands it back into the station camp zone. Linesman had his hand up for icing but dropped it. Was waved off. Andrew Grooms tried to clear the zone, held into the left point by Yurievich, who eventually has to carry the puck back out because he had too many station camp players in front of him. Backs up all the way into his own zone on the near far side. Pass across, hits off the boards. He was trying to get it to Will McCormick. Sent back into the Franklin zone by Dominic Reitz. Here is Yurievich. Sending it up the far side this time. And here is Will McCormick, bottom of the left circle in the station camp zone, getting knocked off the puck. Here's McCormick turning and shooting in the left circle. I think it was blocked. Either that or it hit Campbell. They put the shot up on the board, so I guess it was on goal and Campbell saved it. Now another shot from the left point. Yurievich, who backed all the way up to the blue line, stopped and held onto by Campbell, and now we got guys pushing and shoving near the right-hand side of the net. A couple of station camp players stepping onto the ice for a line change, and the referee telling them to get back. 5:37 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Are we going to have any penalties off of this or no? Doesn't look like it. By this time, 9 days ago when these two teams met, I think it was already 3-0 station camp. Maybe 4. Draws to the right of Campbell. I'll have to look in a second. Bryant Waddell behind his own net, chipping the puck up the far side. McLean Gregory passing ahead to center. And a shot from Toby Mahaffey as he brings it over the Franklin blue line, gloved and held onto by Teague Spencer, the top of the left circle. Draws to the right of Teague Spencer. Puck on the near side boards. Mahaffey gets to it, but is it knocked away by David Unger, who tries to clear, held into the left point by Waddell, and his shot goes right to Will McCormick. Now the puck brought back into the station camp zone. McCormick in the slot, a shot turned away by Miller Campbell. Puck sitting loose in front. Knocked away, held in the zone, shot in the left wing board, stopped and held onto, left half wall, stopped and held onto by Campbell. That was Hank Hayes. 5:03 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Franklin playing much better in this first period than they did 9 days ago. Draw to the right of Campbell. One by the Bison. Mikey Bernier sending it around the wall to the near side. Held it at the right point by David Unger and shot past the net to Campbell's left. Station Camp with the puck out at center, but they turn it over. Michael Mannion backhands it back into the Station Camp zone. Gavin Cole trying to get to the end boards. It's cleared out by the Bison. Hank Hayes at center. Drops it back the other way. Mannion sends it back into the Station Camp zone. Will McCormick had it. Top of the right circle. Had it taken away. Puck in the right wing corner. Sent around the boards to the far side. Held in. Hank Hayes shot blocked. Hit a skate. Hit a shin or something. Went across the ice. Now a shot from the right half wall. Turned away by Campbell. That was from Unger. Hayes at the left point. Passing it down the wall. It's going around the kick plate to the right wing corner. Gavin Cole gets to it, and he'll clear it. Knocked down at center by Hayes. Hayes carries it back into the Station Camp zone. He's on the left wing side in the left circle. Taking a shot. Missed the net to the right of Campbell. Puck sliding through center on the near side. Back into the Franklin zone. Tommy Siciliano gets to it. Smacks it off the boards. Passes out to the blue line. Merritt Freeman moving to the high slot. A shot stopped and held onto by Spencer into his chest, and he holds it for the whistle. 3:51 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board in this one. Left. Draw is going to be to the left of Teague Spencer. Won by Franklin. Trying to clear it out on the far side. Knocked out of the zone by Makita Popov. Actually hit the skate of Dom Reitz. Came to a stop, and then Popov smacked it out. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. Merritt Freeman with it for his own net. Carries it to center. Back into the Franklin zone. His shot deflects off the stick of Chase Wagers and goes to the inboards. Here's Wagers. Correction, Houston Vale on the near side, sending it to center, but right to Merritt Freeman, who dumps it back into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer flipping it up the near side to center. Freeman there. Backs up into his own zone. Passes it ahead. Hits Tommy Siciliano. Goes back into the Station Camp zone. Freeman with it again. Fires it up the far side to center. And is it Mahaffey or Peffer? Taking a shot from the top of the right circle that misses to the right of Teague Spencer. We got a whistle. It was Peffer who took that shot. Houston Vale knocked down right in front of his own bench. I think the puck may have gone into the Franklin bench because they're going to drop it to the right of Spencer. 2:51 to go in the first. No goals on the board. Draw one by Station Camp. Andrew Grooms trying to put it in front for Gracie Clark on the right circle, but it gets away from her. Goes past her and all the way back down into the Station Camp end. Puck out at center, chip back into the Station Camp zone on the far side by Jake Yurievich. Now it's going into the left wing corner. Picked up by Dane Kramer. Kramer backhanding it off the near side boards right to Baker McCormick at the right point. He took a very slow shot and went off of two Station Camp stick blades. Andrew Grooms with it now. Drops it back. Passed ahead to Gracie Clark at center, knocked off her stick. Clark gets it back and sends it up the far side back into the Franklin zone. No icing. Josh Yurievich was practically standing over it as it was coming down ice. Now Yurievich tried to clear, held in by Andrew Grooms at the right point, set back down the right wing boards to Gracie Clark, who couldn't keep it on her stick. Now Garisher at center. Wyatt Garisher back into the Station Camp zone, trying to get to the slot. Puck coming to the front of the net, cleared away, went off the stick of Gracie Clark, and then a shot score! Ryan Mannion! Puck went off the stick of Gracie Clark, came right to Ryan Mannion, and he fires it into the back of the net over the glove hand of Campbell, and it's 1-0 Franklin with 1:47 to go in the first. By this point last week, 9 days ago, it was already 4-0 Station Camp, and they were 33 seconds away from making it 5-0. Now they're down 1-0 late in the first here. Franklin win the draw, turn it over to Station Camp. Gavin Cole makes his way to the right wing side of the Franklin zone. Puck knocked off his stick. Trying to clear it out, held in at the right point, Mikey Bernier, and then it's cleared out on a second attempt by Cole Wright. Bernier at center. Backhands it back into the Franklin zone. Here is Hank Hayes on the near side. Carries it out to center. Poked away by McLean Gregory. Wyatt Garisher back into the Station Camp zone. Shot in the left circle, blocked by the back-checking Bernier. Puck coming around to the near side. Passed up to the right point. No, I'm sorry, Garisher took it all the way out to the blue line. Dumps it into the right wing corner. Now the puck sent over to the left wing corner. 1 minute left in the first. Here is Hank Hayes, left point. Sending it back down the wall. Pass across. Oh! Garisher standing near the left-hand side of the net. Couldn't keep it in his stick. And then Garisher got knocked down. And his helmet got knocked off. So they blow the whistle for safety. 43.5 seconds to go in the first. Franklin up 1-0. Draw's going to be on the dot in front of the Station Camp bench. One by Franklin. Puck dumped into the Station Camp zone. It's behind the net, Merritt Freeman. Backhanding it up the boards. Josh Peffer leaves it for Tommy Siciliano, who clears. 30 seconds left in the period. Will McCormick brings it back into the Station Camp zone as it's stolen away. Here's Freeman. Freeman back into the Franklin zone. His shot in the left circle. Left wing side went off a Franklin stick, went towards the front of the net. Teague Spencer jabbed it away just to be safe. It wasn't actually on goal. Dom Reeks holding the puck into the left point. His shot hits Will McCormick straight in the chest. McCormick clears. Now he brings it back into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. Pass across, carried to the front of the net, and a backhander stopped by Campbell. Not sure who that was just yet, but he had all the room in the world. I think it may have been Michael Mannion, but Campbell stones him. Station Camp stay one down at the end of the first. Ryan Mannion scoring with just under 2 minutes left in the first period, and Franklin leads Station Camp Liberty Creek 1-0 after one in this Predators Cup Winners Bracket semifinal. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the second, but if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and take you to the start of the second period. Ready to start the second period of this one. Miller Campbell still in goal for Station Camp. Teague Spencer still in goal for Franklin. For this second period, Station Camp will carry the puck from my left to right, Franklin from my right to left. Franklin win the draw to start the second. Puck in the Station Camp zone on the left wing side, Cole Wright. Passing the puck to the center point. Quinn Spencer with a long shot, stopped by Campbell. Where's the puck? Ryan Mannion has it, and his shot is over the net from the bottom of the right circle. Cole Wright pass across the right circle. One time from Wyatt Garisher, stopped and held onto by Campbell, squeezing it between his knees. Franklin win the draw to start the second. And threatened to score right away. Draws to Campbell's left. One by Franklin. Ryan Mannion shot in the top of the right circle, blocked. Toby Mahaffey will clear it out. Franklin get it back. Mannion sending it down the right wing boards. There's a shot in the bottom of the right circle, kicked away by Campbell with a left leg pad. That was Cole Wright. Passes out top of the right circle. Mannion a shot, missed the net to the left of Campbell. Cole Wright knocked into the boards on the near side by McLean Gregory. Toby Mahaffey pokes the puck out to center. Oh, but they're going to send Wright to the box. Wright's going to go to the box for what? Cross-checking. I guess he avenged that hit on McLean Gregory by cross-checking him. So Station Camp returning to the power play down 1-0 with 13:11 to go in the second. That is a, wow. Well, they say if the ref ignores the first, don't retaliate. Draw to the left of Teague Spencer, excuse me. Franklin win the draw. Josh Yurievich in the right wing corner. Toby Mahaffey takes the puck away, carries it around the back of the net, passes out to the far side. Passed out to the left point, McLean Gregory. Passed back down the left wing side to Dom DeMaria. DeMaria passing back up to the left point. Oh, and Gregory had to go off his stick and out. And then he left it behind him at center, and Hank Hayes grabs it. Lucas Ortega grabs it and dumps it back into the station camp zone. Freeman behind his own net. Merritt Freeman carries it to the far side at center. Back into the Franklin zone on the left wing. Fell over. He fell over. Here's McLean Gregory shooting from the high slot off a stick and over the net. Puck behind the net. Backhanded out in front and cleared away by the Admirals. Campbell will play it. He'll leave it behind the station camp net for Tommy Siciliano. 1 minute left in the power play for the Bison. Siciliano passing up the near side. McLean Gregory backhanding it back into the Franklin zone. Here's Josh Yurievich. Knocked hard into the inboards. And he's drawn a penalty. Knocked hard into the inboards by Siciliano. Is being pulled on by one of his teammates. I think it's Will McCormick who jumped in there. Yurievich is still down. Now he's getting back to his feet. And skating away, holding his left arm, and we'll see what the penalty is against Siciliano. We're going to have any other penalties after all that. Franklin might have had a power play. And Yurievich back at the bench leaning against the back glass. Let's see what the referee gives here. He's going to talk to Wyatt Garisher and one of the linesmen in his crease. Now the other referee coming over. 46 seconds left in the power play for Station Camp. 11:57 to go in the second. Franklin up 1-0. And I think Will McCormick's going to be called into the box for what happened with Siciliano after the whistle. I'm going to pull up the game sheet and see what's going on there. Hopefully it's being updated. They've had trouble at the Fords these last couple of nights. It said it was live, but it wasn't actually running. They had to type in everything after the game was over. Okay, they are running the game sheet. They haven't posted any penalties yet. They put 2 minutes up on the board for Tommy Siciliano. They call him for cross-checking. It's going to be 4-on-4, it looks like. So 4-on-4 for 46 seconds. Draw to the right of Miller Campbell. So once that Franklin penalty expires, as long as they don't get another call against them, they will be on the power play as Quinn Spencer took a shot from the left point off the draw, stopped and held on to by Campbell. Draw to Campbell's right again. Won by Station Camp. Merritt Freeman on the far side. Trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Knocked down with a stick of Makita Popov. Held in by Ryan Mannion. Puck coming over to the left circle. Mannion grabs it. 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Mannion trying to go to the slot. Puck got away from him. I think he wanted to take a backhanded shot. He accidentally poked it away when he went to shoot. Dom DeMaria on the near side. Carries the puck to center. Ahead to Toby Mahaffey. Back to DeMaria inside the Franklin zone. Went to the slot. Puck got away from him. Tried to clear it out. Held in Andrew Grooms. A shot from the blue line. Turned away by Spencer. Puck still in the Franklin zone. Held in at the left point by Grooms. Carrying it down the left wing. Grooms trying to pass it in front. They're trying to stuff it in. Mahaffey had to go off his stick, get away from him. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're now on the power play, I think, for 74 seconds. didn't exactly see how much time they had left because I was watching that scoring chance. Here's Makita Popov, left wing side of the station camp zone, pushes the puck through the skates of Andrew Grooms, but it's intercepted and cleared out by Merritt Freeman. Under a minute left in the power play for the Admirals. DeMaria chips the puck back into the Franklin zone. Cole Wright tries to clear, didn't get enough on it. It's carried out by Mahaffey and then sent back into the Franklin zone from the far side at center. Quinn Spencer standing behind his brother, behind his own net, carries it out. 30 seconds left in the power play for Franklin. Spencer back into the station camp zone. Top of the left circle shot, stopped by Campbell. Trying to poke the puck in with one hand. He couldn't do it, and then Cole Wright from right in front of the net shoots the puck past the net to the left of Campbell. Here's Merritt Freeman back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Taking an on-angle shot. I think it may have hit the post on the outside of the left of Teague Spencer. And Andrew Grooms had a shot blocked in the slot. Then he carried the rebound to the left circle and shot it over the net. And it went out of play. 2 seconds left in the power play for Franklin. 10 minutes exactly to go in the second. Still 1-0 Admirals. Draw to the right of Spencer. McLean Gregory was called for roughing. Wow, Tommy Siciliano, they put him on the score game sheet twice for 2-minute cross-checking minors. Here's Will Clark. Penalty time against Station Camp up, by the way. They're back at even strength. Will Clark taking a shot that's blockered away by Miller Campbell. Mikey Bernier sending it up the far side, back into the Franklin zone. Picked up by Hank Hayes. Hayes brings it to center. Back into the station camp zone. He's in the high slot. Got double teamed and lost the puck. Mikey Bernier took it away from him. Gavin Cole was standing right in front of him as well. Puck held in by Garisher. Garisher moving into the left circle, getting off a backhander. Gloved and held onto by Campbell. I think that would have missed the net just to his left, but he hangs on just to be safe. Will McCormick was called for roughing. Tommy Siciliano called for cross-checking. McLean Gregory's called for roughing. Okay, so that was all those penalties after the Siciliano hit on Josh Yurievich. 9:15 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is to the right of Miller Campbell, who notices that Teague Spencer trying to adjust his left leg pad, and he's got all his gear off. And he's gotten that straightened out, and he's ready to go. We're ready to drop the puck again. Draw one by Franklin, but it drifts out of the zone on the far side. David Unger picks it up, backhands it across to Hank Hayes. Hayes brings it back into the station camp zone on the right wing side. Goes below the goal line, around the back of the net. Sends it to the inboards. Will McCormick picks it up. Puts it out in front, and a one-timer from Braden Coleman as he had crashed the front of the net. Goes off a station camp stick, I think that off the stick of Dom DeMaria and into the netting above the glass. Draws to the left of Campbell. Won by Franklin. Braden Coleman with a shot from the top of the right circle. Over the net, into the netting above the glass. May have gone off the glove of Campbell and its way out. They'll drop it to his left again. Won by Franklin again. Another shot in the top of the right circle. Stopped by Campbell. That was from Chase Wagers this time. Puck on the near side boards. Comes up to the left point. A one-timer from Quinn Spencer misses the net to the right of Campbell. Chase Wagers trying to tap it down towards the right wing corner. Dom DeMaria intercepts and clears the zone. Here's Quinn Spencer. Pass it back up the near side. Michael Mannion deflected it back into the station camp zone. Here's Will McCormick. McCormick passing it up to the right point. Wagers, couldn't keep it in. It went right past. Well, I think he went to shoot, and the puck jumped past his sticking out of the zone. Andrew Grooms will dump it back into the Franklin end. Cleared out of the Admiral zone, and there was a hit on the near side. I think there's going to be is there going to be a penalty against? Oh, no. No, they called offside against Franklin. Okay. Said Will McCormick was offside when the puck came into the zone. 8:02 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the bleachers across from the Franklin bench at center. Draw one by Franklin. Puck dumped into the station camp zone. Dominic Reitz passing to the far side. Ryan Mannion's going to get there. Mannion hands it off to Garisher. Garisher trying to send it to the front of the net. Sends it down towards the right wing corner. Cole Wright trying to put it in front. Garisher behind the net, pushed into the boards by Merritt Freeman, who he pushes down. Cole Wright comes in, sends the puck up the near side of the left point. Ryan Mannion holds it. Baker McCormick holds it in. Now he's carrying it around the wall. Out to the far side. Freeman pushes him off. Has the puck. Merritt Freeman to center. Freeman trying to hand it off to Peyton Brogdon, but she couldn't keep it on her stick. Puck sent back into the Franklin zone. It's behind the net. Baker McCormick sending it around to the near side. Sent back into the station camp zone by Franklin. Freeman on the far side, flipping it through the air to center. Ryan Mannion catches it, drops it, and brings it back into the zone just as Cole Wright got back on side. Puck in the right wing corner. Mannion pushes Freeman down. Battle for the puck continues as Freeman is slowly making his way back to his skates. He's standing back up, pins the puck up against the kick plate with his stick. Referee telling him to move it. Puck still pinned up against the kick plate. Man, it's been there for about 20 seconds. Here the Franklin bench telling him to blow the whistle. One of the linesmen put his hands against his head like he was going to sleep because he was bored by this puck battle. Wyatt Garisher finally gets it loose, passes up the far side. David Unger carries it back down into the right circle. And Garisher trying to pass it back to the left point to Baker McCormick, who had to go off his stick and out. McCormick sending it back the other way. Here's David Unger. Giving it away to Josh Peffer. Puck went inside the station camp zone, cleared up by Dom Reitz. Tommy Siciliano flips it back into the Franklin zone. Station camp will change the line. Most of it except for Dom Reitz. There's Ryan Mannion back into the station camp zone. Inside the left circle, taking a shot. Hit the left skate, I think, of Mikey Bernier, and it's kind of spinning on its side like a coin in the air, and Miller Campbell decides to cover and get the whistle. 5:42 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw to the right of Campbell. One by Franklin. Nikita Popov pass the slot. And Lucas Ortega's shot blocked. Popov with it again, carrying it out towards the right point. Backhands it down the right wing boards. Puck behind the net, Houston Vale. Trying to put out in front, hit the skates of Mikey Bernier. Held in at the left point by Josh Yurevich. His shot blocked. He's still feeling the effects. He's holding his left arm against his body. He's still feeling the effects of that hit from Tommy Siciliano that he took earlier in this period. Here's Gavin Cole. Cole passing it to center off the stick of McLean Gregory right at the red line. And it came towards the front of the Franklin net, and Teague Spencer deflects it into his glove with his stick blade and hangs on for the whistle. 5:05 to go in the second, still 1-0 Admirals. Draw is going to be to the right of Teague Spencer. Draw one by Station Camp. Shot from Toby Mahaffey on the left dot. Knocked down by the glove of Spencer. Puck coming up the slot. Held in. Mikey Bernier with a shot. Missed the net. High and wide to the right of Spencer. Tried to pass across to Bernier. That was intercepted. Now the puck back in the Station Camp zone. Caught up to by Ryan Mannion behind the net. Puts it down in front. Garrison, a one-timer. Stopped. Hit the right shoulder of Campbell. Puck out at center. Flip back into the Station Camp zone from behind the blue line by Cole Wright. Here's Bernier, Mikey Bernier. Passing it off to Gavin Cole. Cole. Now McLean Gregory. Gregory. Back into the Franklin zone. Puck taken away and cleared out. Hits Cole in the stomach. And he brings it back into the Franklin zone. As I think Gregory was trying to get out, so he triggers the offside whistle. 4:14 to go. In the second, still 1-0 Franklin as Josh Yurievich, helmet off, is going back into the locker room. He must not be able to, I guess he doesn't think he can play with that left arm because he's still holding it against his body. Again, he took a big hit from Tommy Siciliano at the end boards early on in this second. Drawing the dot in front of the station camp bench. Franklin sending it towards the station camp blue line, tapped away by Dane Kramer. Andrew Groom sends the puck back into the Franklin zone. Puck behind the net. Andrew Groom's trying to hold it in. Groom's shot, top of the right circle, knocked away by Teague Spencer. Here's Chase Wagers. Up, lost the puck as he was going towards the station camp blue line. Back the other way goes Dom Namaria. Puck coming up towards the left point. Gracie Clark with it. She gets knocked down, knocked under Keister. Still passes it across to the near side. Nobody in a Navy sweater there. And now Michael Mannion with the puck at center, back into the station camp zone. In the left circle. Had Dane Kramer all over him defending him, so he couldn't get off a shot. Passes up to the left point. Oh, sorry, right point. Chase Wagers had it go off his stick and out. Then he chipped it back into the station camp zone where it was touched up offside by Wyatt Garisher. 3:16 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Tomorrow night, be in Antioch for the first Hein Cup winners bracket semi. JP2 against Father Ryan. 8:40 pregame for an 8:45 face-off. Draw to the right of Teague Spencer. Looked like it was won by Franklin. Puck up against the inboards. David Unger grabs it. Passes ahead to Michael Mannion at center. Mannion across. Knocked away from Braden Coleman by Merritt Freeman. Now the puck back in the station camp zone. Freeman with it. Hands it off to Siciliano. Merritt Freeman back to center on the far side. Carries it into the Franklin zone. Right circle, a shot off the right leg pad of Spencer. Puck out on the far side again. Freeman passing it behind the net. Out in the slot. Oh, Peyton Brogdon had to go under her stick blade. They were passing it to her. She couldn't keep it in the zone. Now here's Michael Mannion, right wing side of the station camp in. Takes a shot in the bottom of the right circle. Misses the net to the left of Campbell. Josh Peffer carries the puck out to center. Back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Takes a shot in the top of the left circle that went off of Franklin's stick into the netting above the glass. 2:09 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the right of Spencer. It's won by Franklin. They clear it out up the far side. Mikey Bernier at center. Passing up the near side, Patrick Atmore slaps it back into the Franklin zone. Puck comes back to him, and he takes a shot that hits the inside of the left shin of Baker McCormick. Now here's a shot from Toby Mahaffey in the left circle, blocked. Tries to get another whack at it as he goes to the front of the net. Gavin Cole on the left half wall, trying to keep the puck in the zone. Franklin with it. Telling him get it out. Oh, and the clearing attempt hit the skates of Toby Mahaffey. Not sure who that was trying to get it out. There's Chase Wagers back into the station camp zone. Left circle, a shot, score! Chase Wagers, left edge of the slot near the right-hand side of the net, fires it into the back of the net on the left-hand side. And it's 2-0 Franklin with 83 seconds to go in the second. Wow. Draw one by Station Camp. They get it into the Franklin zone. Quickly cleared out by Hank Hayes. Puck back in the Station Camp end. That's quickly cleared out by Dane Kramer. Quinn Spencer in his own zone behind his own net. Fires it up the far side, gets it out. Comes to the front, Station Camp blue line, and Ryan Mannion carries it back into the Station Camp zone, and it poked off his stick and cleared out. Final minute of the second. Dom DeMaria back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side, trying to drop it up the wall. Gets knocked into the boards, the end boards by Quinn Spencer. Puck will be carried out. Hank Hayes back into the Station Camp zone. He's in the left circle. Passes it through the crease with Ryan Mannion right there. Couldn't get a stick on it. Oh, and then Hank Hayes knocked head first into the right wing corner boards by Dom DeMaria, who then gets shoved down after the whistle by Wyatt Garisher. Hayes sitting up and now getting back to his skates as we hit 30.4 seconds left in the second. Draw is going to be on the dot, 2-0 Franklin, 30.4 seconds left in the period. Draw is going to be on the dot in front of the bleachers across from the Franklin bench at center. Puck in the Station Camp zone. Merritt Freeman with it behind his own net. Carries it out to center. Across the red line. Back into the Franklin zone. Trying to leave it for Dom DeMaria. Trying to pass the slot. McLean Gregory. That's intercepted and cleared out. Ryan Mannion falls over. Now he's back in his feet inside the Station Camp zone. Passes off. Wyatt Garisher shot. Hit Toby Mahaffey as he was crossing the front of the net. Garisher, if he waited another half second, would have had a clear shot at the goal. Now there's McLean Gregory back in the Franklin end. Time ran out and he took a shot. He took a shot anyway and it went over the net. We'll see if there's a penalty, but Chase Wagers with a goal with under 90 seconds left in this second period. Franklin now leading Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian 2-0 after 2 in this Predators Cup Winners Bracket semifinal. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the third, but if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and take you to the start of the third period. Ready to start the third period of this one. Teague Spencer still in goal for Franklin. Miller Campbell still in goal for Station Camp for this third period. Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right, Station Camp from my right to left. If Station Camp can tie this game up and we finish the third period that way, we will go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 sudden death overtime, and if that doesn't solve it, a shootout. But this has been a tight defensive battle. Franklin have been doing a really good job of not letting Station Camp get anywhere near. There was no penalty against McLean Gregory for taking that shot at the end of the period, I guess because it didn't hit Teague Spencer. So we start this third period at even strength. Toby Mahaffey brought the puck into the Franklin zone, immediately coughed it up to Ryan Mannion. Then he takes it back. McLean Gregory in the left circle. Goes to the left wing corner boards, gives it away to David Unger, who clears it out up the near side. And they're going to blow the whistle for icing. 13:29 to go in regulation, 2-0 Franklin. Coming up next is going to be Nolensville against Page. Pregame at 8:40. Face off at 8:45. Draw is going to be to Teague Spencer's right. Thrown by Franklin, and they get it out of the zone. Here's Ryan Mannion, left wing side of the Station Camp zone with a shot in the left circle, stopped and covered up by Campbell. You got a feeling if Franklin get another that. Ryan Mannion scored the first goal with 1:47 to go in the first. And Chase Wagers scored the goal that made it 2-0 with 83 seconds left in the second. So both goals coming late. Draw to the right of Campbell. It's one by Station Camp, sent around to the near side, held into the right point, and a shot from David Unger knocked away by Campbell with his blocker. Shot in the left half wall off the stick of Campbell. It was from Quinn Spencer. Puck going through center back into the Franklin zone. No icing. Andrew Grooms gets to it. Gets knocked into the boards by Spencer. Tommy Siciliano taking a push. Unger trying to clear. Held into the blue line by Dane Kramer, but it's given away to Spencer. Quinn Spencer at center. Back into the station camp zone. Finds some room. Gets to the net. A shot stopped by Campbell. And he's got the rebound covered. 12:40 to go in regulation. Still 2-0 Franklin. Again, the winner of this game will play the Nolensville Page winner 12 days from now in the winner's bracket final. The loser will play MBA in a loser's bracket quarterfinal next Wednesday night. Draw to the right of Campbell. Puck held into the left point. Baker McCormick, his shot steered away by Campbell as he had his hands against his chest. Puck siding through center back into the Franklin zone, and it's touched up by Chase Wiggers. We're going to have a penalty. And Ryan Mannion, he just got a 10-minute misconduct. He was arguing, and he got himself a 10-minute misconduct, a slash. And now he's been kicked out of the game. He kept arguing as soon as he stepped into the penalty box, and now he's been thrown out. And then he's still yelling, geez, don't cost yourself any games, Michael. He's probably cost himself one from being thrown out. So they gave him a slash, an unsportsmanlike, and a 10-minute misconduct. So how long is this power play going to be for station camp? They put 2 minutes up on the board. Waiting for the game sheet to be updated. 12:25 left in regulation. Station camp back to the power play. Draw to the right of Teague Spencer, so I guess it's just 2 minutes. I guess we'll see. And they dropped the puck and then blow the whistle because the left wingers came in too early. They encroached the faceoff. Second drop is clean, won by Station Camp. Merritt Freeman out of the blue line, whiffs on a shot attempt, and Ryan Mannion whiffed on it. Whiff trying to clear it out of the zone, and now he gets it and fires it down ice. Throwing stick or object misconduct against Michael Mannion is what they put on the game sheet. As Merritt Freeman carried the puck to the left-hand side of the Franklin net and fell over, and it was cleared again. Cole Wright behind the station camp net. Backhands it out in front of the slot. A shot for Ryan Mannion. Stopped by Campbell into the netting above the glass. Oh, Ryan Mannion was all alone in front with a glorious shorthanded chance. Campbell made the save. Keep it 2-0 Franklin. 81 seconds left in the power play for Station Camp. 11:47 to go in regulation. IK sitting in the box, serving Michael Mannion's penalties. Draw to the right of Campbell, won by Station Camp. Puck brought into the Franklin zone by Merritt Freeman. Dropped it back to Josh Peffer, who just held it atop the blue line. Sent into the right wing corner. Another puck coming up the boards and out on the far side. Ryan Mannion gets to it at center. Brings it into the Station Camp zone. Mannion a shot. Stopped by Campbell. Under a minute left in the power play for Station Camp. I don't know if Campbell stopped that or if Mannion missed, but boy, that was in tight. Toby Mahaffey through center, back into the Franklin zone. Shot in the top of the slot, stopped and held on to by Teague Spencer. 37 seconds left in the power play. 11:03 to go in regulation. Still 2-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the right of Teague Spencer. Won by Station Camp. Here's a one-timer, top of the right circle, shanked by Andrew Grooms. And cleared by Wyatt Garrisher. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Station Camp. Miller Campbell sending the puck around the boards to the near side. Dom DeMaria Passes off Toby Mahaffey. Mahaffey. Ooh. Andrew Grooms just stayed atop the blue line to allow Mahaffey to bring it in onside. Hank Hayes takes the puck and brings it out to center and then drops it back into his own zone. He's going to catch up to it in the right wing corner and try and clear. Held in by Dom DeMaria. Penalty time against Franklin's up the racket of his strength. Puck put in front for Andrew Grooms, and his one-timer goes off the left leg pad of Spencer. And then Lucas Ortega takes a big hit on the near side. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Oh, Dom DeMaria stepped over the blue line before it came in and touched it. So it's offside. 10:05 to go in regulation. Still 2-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the left of Campbell. Station Camp, get it out of the zone. Here's Quinn Spencer. Clearing it out of the Franklin zone on the far side. Will McCormick back into the Station Camp zone. Top of the left circle, taking a shot. Stopped by Campbell. Rebound still loose. Now it's behind the net. They try and clear. Station Camp did. Held into the right point and sent back down by Baker McCormick. Puck coming around to the far side. Makita Popov. Pass to the slot, intercepted, and Bryant Waddell almost fumbled it inside his own zone. He manages to bring it out to center. Brought back in by Braden Coleman. Pass to the slot, intercepted by Station Camp. Cleared down ice for an icing. 9:06 to go in regulation, still 2-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the left of Campbell. One by Franklin and a shot off the draw, gloved and held onto by Campbell. So they'll drop it to his left again. One by Station Camp again. They bring it out to center. Merritt Freeman sends it into the Franklin zone. Puck of the inboards. Freeman pushed into the boards by David Unger. Here's Hank Hayes. Paskey had to Cole Wright, had to go off his left skate. Swept out of the zone by Wyatt Garisher as it came to the right point. Now Cole Wright back in the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Banks it off the far kick plate. Intercepted by Toby Mahaffey. Toby Mahaffey will bring it to center. Back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Tried to chip it past David Unger. Lost it to him. And it's poked out of the zone by Wright. Ryan Mannion. Back in the Station Camp zone. With some space to the net. A shot, score! Mannion moved to the left circle near the right-hand side of the net and fires it into the back of the cage for his second goal of the game. And surely that's going to be enough for Franklin. It gives him a 3-0 lead with 8:21 to go in regulation. And that started with Cole Wright poking the puck out of the zone with one hand here on the near side. I don't think Station Camp have been shut out this season. If they don't score, I think this is the first time they'll be shut out all season. Draw one by Franklin. And the puck shot on goal from inside the Franklin zone by Quinn Spencer. Miller Campbell having to make the stop. And has Campbell been replaced? I think they put Carter Galise in. I think Carter Galise is now in net for Station Camp. Here's Quinn Spencer around the back of the Station Camp net. Tried to send it back down the wall and couldn't. Wagers, the other goal scorer. He's got the other goal. Puck coming around to the near side. Here's Andrew Grooms. I kind of can't blame Keith Grooms for pulling Campbell. Doesn't look like Station Camp. Station Camp, I think the best chance was early on in this third when Andrew Grooms was standing right in front, had a one-timer go off the left leg pad of Teague Spencer. I think that's been their best chance of the whole game. Forget period, game. Quinn Spencer with a puck in his own zone, trying to come up the near side. Toby Mavey takes it away. Mavey trying to go to the slot. Puck got away from him. Wagers can't find it in his skates. It's coming out to the blue line. Shot from Dom Reitz blocked, and Wagers will bring it out to center. Mikey Bernier falling over in the slot, trying to keep Will McCormick away from the front of his own net. Here's Will McCormick with a shot in the right circle near the left-hand side of the net. It's over the net. Here's Mikita Popov going in. His shot, stop, rebound, score! Mikita Popov carried it to the left-hand side of the net. Shot was stopped. Initial shot stopped by Galise. I'm not sure who poked it in from in front, but it's now 4-0 Franklin with 6:21 left in regulation, and Popov is leading the fist bump parade, so I guess he managed to knock in his own rebound. So 2 minutes after Franklin go up 3-0, they go up 4-0. 6:21 to go in regulation. Station can't win the draw. Merritt Freeman into the Franklin zone. The puck poked away. Shot from the slot. Dom DeMaria blocked. Hank Hayes picks up the loose puck. Trying to pass it up the far side. Knocked down by Josh Peffer. Here's Freeman. Top of the right circle. Shot. Hit the skates of Baker McCormick. Another cling attempt held in at the right point by Bryant Waddell, and he sends it past the net to the left of Teague Spencer. Will Clark backhands it out to center. Here's Gavin Cole. Sending it back into the Franklin zone. Baker McCormick beats Josh Peffer to it. Carries it around the back of his own net. Backhands it over to Hayes. Tried to. He gave it away to Peffer. Peffer shot in the left circle. Blocked in front. Sitting right on the top of the crease. And Hank Hayes cleared it out. It went over the blue line. Station Camp players are going to have to get back on side. Franklin clear it out. Here's Hank Hayes. Back into the Station Camp zone. Trying to pass the slot. That's broken up. Comes back to Hayes. Bottom of the right circle. Shot. Stop. Rebound up. I think Galise backed into the net and dislodged it. 5:20 to go in regulation. Still 4-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to Galise's right. One by Station Camp, cleared down ice, no icing. David Unger will get to it. Unger hit the puck to the near side boards. Andrew Grooms trying to swipe at it. And it's cleared out up the near side. Bryant Waddell couldn't keep it in. Here's Toby Mahaffey. Near side at center. Drops back a bit. Had the puck taken away by Wyatt Garisher. Here's David Unger, banking it off the far boards, back into the Station Camp zone. Mikey Bernier up, sends it into the netting above the glass. On the far side, 4:30 to go in regulation, still 4-0 Franklin. Much better game than the one they played 9 days ago. Game where they were down 5-0 at the end of one. Lost 6-3. They're winning this one. They're winning the bigger game. Draw to the right of Galise. Won by Franklin. One time from the left point. Misses the net to Galise's right. That was from Quinn Spencer. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Admirals quickly get it out. Here's Will McCormick. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. Cleared out by the Bison. Drifting back towards the blue line. And now here's McLean Gregory back into the Franklin zone, backhanding it into the right wing corner. Quinn Spencer knocks Gregory down as he tried to get the puck. Here is McCormick. Firing it through center. Icing waved off because Gavin Cole could have played it. Now We get a whistle, I think, or we're going to have coincidentals because I think Toby Mahaffey and Braden Coleman wouldn't stop yelling at each other. Mahaffey sent to the box for station camp. Or is it Chase Wagers? Or is it nobody in the box? I didn't see anybody go into the box for Franklin. Okay, they put the penalty up on the board. So Franklin on the power play up 4-0 with 3:46 to go in regulation. Draw to the right of Campbell. One by Franklin, carried around the back of the net. Past the slot, there's a backhander from the slot. Score! It's Ortega. Lucas Ortega with a backhander that went off the left leg pad of Galeese, and I guess it didn't stay out. It ended up going in behind him. So Franklin quickly convert the power play. No, it's Houston Vale. I guess Vale knocked in the rebound. Houston Vale leading the high-five parade past the bench. So Franklin convert the power play and quickly go up 5-0 with 3:32 to go, and that should pretty much be it. Station camp looked like they had begun to find themselves again, but not tonight. So Ortega got off that backhander, stopped by Galeese. But Houston Vale able to get there and knock in the rebound. Station camp using their timeout. Looks like they got a date with NBA next week. Back underway. Puck in the station camp zone. Here's Bryant Waddell. Passing it up the far side. Cleared out. Toby Mahaffey. Back into the Franklin zone. Sends it through across the front of the net from the top of the right circle. Puck in the left wing corner. Ryan Mannion picks it up for Franklin. Passes ahead to Garisher. Garisher fumbled a bit. Able to bring it back to center. Ryan Mannion back in the station camp zone in the left wing corner. Pass it off to Garisher. One-timer turned away by Galeese. And out at center with it is McLean Gregory. Gregory back into the Franklin zone. Passes over to Grooms. Grooms trying to send it to the front of the net. Steered away by Spencer, and the rebound set past the net to Spencer's left from right in front by Toby Mahaffey. Net is off. Play continues. Puck goes into the right-hand corner as the referee pushes the net back into place. Chase Wagers will carry the puck out to center. Wagers back into the station camp zone. Oh, Ryan Mannion went over the blue line before he did. 2:22 to go in regulation. 5-0 Franklin. Franklin have never been in a Preds Cup winners bracket final in the double elimination format. They got to the losers bracket final losers bracket semifinal the past 2 years, but they've never been to the winners bracket final. Draw in front of the station camp bench, won by the Bison. Puck loose at center. David Unger picks it up. Brings it back into the station camp zone. Shot in the high slot. Misses the net to the left of Galeese. He may have gotten a piece of it as it went by. Now here is Josh Peffer, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Tried to send it to the front of the net. Hit the skate of Baker McCormick. Kept alive by Merritt Freeman. He's out on the far side. Passing up to the right point. Off the stick of Dane Kramer and out to center. And it's backhanded on goal from the blue line, behind the station camp blue line, I think by Lucas Ortega. or maybe Ike Hayes, and it was turned away. Actually stopped and covered up by Galise. A minute 44 to go, 5-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be to the right of Campbell. Puck is behind the station camp net, and Franklin pair ran into the back of it and knocked it loose. Knocked it loose. So that brings about another whistle. Draw is going to be to Galise's left. Draw won by Franklin, and a shot from the right point. Quinn Spencer turned away by Galise off his left leg pad. Toby Mahaffey with it for Station Camp. Passing it up the near side. Back into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer will get to it. Fires it up the far side now. Icing waved off because Toby Mahaffey could have played it. Final minute of regulation. Pretty much, I should say final minute of the game at this point since it's 5-0 Franklin. Here's McLean Gregory. Dropped it back towards the Franklin blue line. With no look backhanded backward pass to Hank Hayes. Hayes draws a penalty as he brings the puck back into the Station Camp zone. And it's McLean Gregory going to the box for slashing. So Franklin back to the power play up 5-0 with 40.7 seconds to go. They'll finish the game on the man advantage unless they score or get a penalty themselves. Draw to the right of Galise, won by Franklin. Quinn Spencer left point. Passing to the left half wall, and Ryan Mannion, who stepped around to hit under 30 seconds left in the game, as Quinn Spencer takes a shot that's blocked by Dom DeMaria and goes out to center. Spencer backing up into his own zone. Behind his own net. Put it off the back of the net, trying to pass it ahead. Here's Andrew Grooms out in front. Backhander stopped and covered up by Teague Spencer. As Station Camp trying to get a goal. Trying to break the shutout at least. 87 seconds left in the power play. 8 seconds exactly to go in the game. Still 5-0 Franklin. As they're going to win this one. And they'll get 12 days to think about what could be. Draw to the right of Teague Spencer. Won by Franklin, cleared out of the zone, into the Station Camp end. Ryan Mannion with it, going to go for the hat trick. He scores! Mannion fires it into the back of the net from the right circle. Time runs out, and Franklin are going to the Predators Cup Winners Bracket Final for the first time as they beat Station Camp 6-0. We'll see if that goal counts. That's a power play goal. They win the game on a power play goal. Let's see, are they going to put it up on the game sheet? Yep, they give it. It counts. Ryan Mannion. Ryan Mannion finishes off his hat trick with a buzzer beater. And Franklin beats Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian 6-0. And they are into the winners bracket final of the Predators Cup. So the goal scorers for Franklin, a hat trick for Michael Mannion. And the others came from Lucas Ortega, Houston Vale, and Chase Wagers. Michael Mannion is player of the game with his hat trick, as Franklin win this one 6-0. And take the first spot in the winners bracket final of the Predators Cup on February 23rd, 6:30 over on Rink B. And now it's time to find out who their opponent will be. Before we finish off this one, I want to give a shout out to Mark Hayes, the father of Hank Hayes. He purchased a full season membership package of perks on our Buy Me a Coffee page. He gets his name listed in the newsletter, which is published almost daily. He is getting this shout out for any and all Franklin games I cover, and he's going to get this in any and all Franklin games I cover as a downloadable MP3. Full season memberships are no longer available, but we do have playoff only memberships. $7.50 if you just want your name listed in the newsletter. $15 for $15 for on-air shout-out package of perks, which is your name listed in the newsletter. On-air shout-outs for any and all of the games I cover for the team that you support, and downloadable MP3s for any and all games I cover of the team that you support. If you would like a Buy Me a Coffee membership, playoff only membership, go to buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/mid10sportsnet, MIDTN SPORTSNET. And in the box where it says support Middle Tennessee Sports Network, type in either $7.50 or $15 and let me know the team that you support. And I'll put you on the Google Sheet where I keep the list of everybody who's bought a membership. And we'll get you going. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/mid10sportsnet, MIDTN SPORTSNET. All right. Franklin, a 6-0 win over Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian to claim the first berth in the Predators Cup Winners Bracket Final 12 days from now. Now it's time to find out who's going to play him. Nolensville against Page Summit. Pregame coming up at 8:40. As we see who's going to play Franklin for the first spot in the Preds Cup Final 12 days from now. Again, 8:40 pregame time for Nolensville against Page.